Hi, this is Marloomz Creations, and today I am going to show you how to create this bracelet called the Whip Stitch. This is my very first bracelet that I've ever made, and I'm very excited to share it with you. I shared it on Instagram because I wanted to make sure that it had not been created before, and I checked with two other bracelet accounts and they said they had not seen it. It does look similar. A lot of people were mistaking it for the ladder bracelet, but I assure you it is not the ladder bracelet. I have a row going this way and a row going that way, and once you do it with me you will see that it is definitely unique. So for today you're going to choose however many colors you want, but basically I chose two, one for the middle and the border color. In the middle, if you want to alternate colors, you can do that too. Just like this one is the clear with rainbow looms, tie-dye jelly bands, which I thought came out really neat. And for today, I'm going to use white for my border and then pink for the middle. So let's get started. This is a hook-only design, so you just need your hook and a C-clip or S-clip. And let's begin. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your border color and you're going to wrap it around your hook. And you are going to secure that with a C-clip or S-clip. Place it back on your hook, and now you're going to choose the color that you want the middle bands to be. So I'm choosing this pink and yellow band that I found at AC Moore. I believe it was AC Moore. It says glitter tie-dye. It's really neat. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around your hook, and then you're going to grab two more of your border color, and you are going to slide that on, and then slide it through here and catch. And let's do that again. Wrap it around, grab your two border colors, transfer them on, and then slide through and catch. And you just continue to do that. Grab the middle band again, your border color, slide it through or onto those two bands and slide through and catch. Wrap around, transfer them on, slide through and catch. And we basically do this until you're happy with the length. And how you determine that is you are going to place this against your wrist and see how you like it. You have two choices. You can either make it small and then have half of the bracelet on your wrist and then half with a chain, a single chain. Or if you want the entire bracelet to be, the entire width of the bracelet to be the design, then you're going to make it a lot longer. So as you go on, like this one is really long, as you go on, you're going to just measure it against your wrist, and then that'll give you an idea of when to stop adding the links. And if it's for a child, you definitely want to make it smaller. You can, if you want, pause the video and just continue to do the same thing until you are content with the size. Or you can watch me finish this bracelet, which is very boring. But so I would size this, and definitely too short, and just keep going. And if I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. You're just basically taking the color that's going to be the middle, wrapping around your hook, taking the two colors that are the border, sliding it over, and then just sliding it through and catching the white band. And it's the same process until you get to the desired length that you want. Slide it through. It's a very easy bracelet. I just want it to be a little longer. And then after this I will show you how to create the whip stitch. And even how to add a bead, because you can add a bead to this design, which is really neat looking, and I'll show you that. So I think I'm just going to add about 2 more, because I don't mind the chain. I actually like the way the chain looks. I like how you have the color in the middle and then it follows with the chain. So I'm going to leave it at this length right here, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. So now once you are content with the length of your bracelet, what you're going to do is it should look like this, where you have the 2 border colors on your hook. You are going to take your hook and slide it through those 2 bands, those 2 capped bands. And mine's a curling. And make sure you're only grabbing 2 and you're not grabbing the one above it like I just did. So you're just grabbing the 2, and once you've grabbed those 2, grab 2 more border color. So mine are white. And you're going to slide those 2 bands through all of the other bands. You definitely want to make sure you're sliding it through all the other ones. And then catch. And then you're going to repeat that process. Catch these 2. And then slide on 2 white bands through all these. Then catch these 2 and slide. Now before we continue the rest of the bracelet, I might as well tell you how to add the bead now in case you choose that you want to do that. To add the bead, what I chose to do is I don't add one on the first, I add one on the second, I skip one and go. So I alternate, because if you add the beads together, it just looks really bulky. I mean, that's your preference, but it kind of bends the bracelet and I don't like it. So I'm just going to give you an example of how to do this. And you would skip the first, add a bead on the second, skip this one, and then this one you would add a bead. And how you would add a bead is I use a piece of dental floss and I slide it through those 2 capped bands. And I get my bead, any color that you want, and you slide it, and then you would catch those 2 bands, remove the dental floss, or you can even use a broken band. You can take a band and break it and use that if you don't have dental floss. And then grab, once you have that on your hook, you should have, let me get these, you should have those 2 bands, these 2 and these 2. You're going to take your border color again and slide it through and catch, Now you have a little bead in the middle. And then what I like to do is I skip the next one. I don't put a bead, so I would add 2 white bands. And then the next one you would add the bead. So you would do the same thing. You would take your floss, or you can take a broken band, which I'll show you. So you just take a broken band and you can slide it through. Bring the 2 ends together. Slide on any color bead that you want. A large pony bead will just slide right through. Pull on it. Take your hook and grab the 2 loops. Slide out the band. Grab 2 more white bands. Slide it through. And then you would have your bead, your space, your bead, like that. So that's how you would do it if you wanted to add a bead. I'm not going to add a bead, so I'm just going to undo these. Put those to the side and then recatch these. So you're just basically catching those 2 capped bands every time, catch it, and then sliding the 2 white bands through all 3 sets. So catch these 2, slide through those 3 sets like that. And because you're going up now, your bands are facing the opposite way. This one's going in this direction and this one is going in the opposite. I do like the glitter bands, are pretty. So you can pause the video and just finish your bracelet to the top, and then I'll show you, oops, you gotta catch the bands first. And then I'll show you how to, I just flung that, how to end the bracelet. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to finish all of this. I'm stopping when I have the 2 loops left over. So you can do that too. Stop until you have 2 of these loops left over. So this is the finished product, and you should have the 2 bands left over, the one that's the middle color. You're going to grab it and you're going to add 2 of the white bands again through them. Place it on your hook, and then the band that has the C clip or S clip, you can take that off. And you're going to grab those 2 onto the hook as well. And now you have a choice of your chain. Your single chain can be the same color that matches the middle of your bracelet, or your border color. I like to take 2 that match the middle, slide it through, and then I go and do a single chain, just one at a time. So I kind of like the pattern to flow in the middle. And just figure out the size that you need. I think that's big enough. I don't know where I would wear this anyway. And then you take your C clip or S clip and you secure it when you are satisfied with the length. And then these 2 loops right here, these 2 loops were the last of the middle, these little middle bands that we put, the little cap band, the very back or bottom one. You can just pull it out and it's cute. It serves as a little loop, and you can just take that and C clip it or S clip it, and there's your bracelet. And it actually looks cute. I like the color. And this is how you make your bracelet. I just forgot the name of it for a second. I'm like, your bracelet? Your whip stitch. and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll show you the other colors so you can get inspiration of the colors that I chose. I'll show you what I did before, which I thought was really cute. I did a St. Patrick's Day one with a little clover in the middle. And this one I think I like the best, the one with clear and then the rainbow loom tie-dye bands. And this one's cute too. And then this one is jelly and the glitter bands from Rainbow Loom as well. So just get creative. You can do also, if you see the outside, I did dark blue, light blue. And you can do that too. You don't just have to have the border color, one color. So get creative, and if you make one, share it with me on Instagram, on Facebook, or on Twitter. And thank you so much for watching.